Beautiful people, today we are ranking every single hero in FC 25, at least the individuals that stand out. But I took the mainstreamers' questions, comments, opinions down below. We have Broken, Rank 1, Foot Champs, Debatable, and The Pine. Nothing new around these parts. And to get things started, the second Pele, who shares the same name, does not give you the same result. I would say underrated, under the radar, doesn't get the credit that he probably deserves, but at this point of the game cycle, I'm not sure he's getting major minutes. Maybe you find some sort of scenario for him, but overall, I'm going Debatable. Timmy Cahill, as an Everton supporter, it hurts my heart. I don't make the rules. He has not been able to transcend or transfer that skill set from the actual pitch to the virtual pitch. It's been a down year, and there are quite a few heroes, even icons, that I've left off because they just be so quickly to the pine. They haven't had the upgrades or the promos, the improvements to even make them a competitive conversation piece. Aloe Wyron, you'd have to grind through the objectives. Many of you did this, have done this, completed it. It was not a problem for you, and you reap the benefits. You got some Trickster, you got some Rapid, and my first instinct is that he needs to be up top, a front runner. You can't deny that he makes you nervous, makes you uncomfortable, puts pressure on defenses. If you have him in your team, you know that the turn and the burn, that cheetah pace is serious business, and he gets the bounces. DeMarcus, he's got two variations, and I don't know that you're gonna love either. Of course, as an American, as someone who's watched his career, I talk about the longevity, should be congratulated, happily approved, deserve to have a hero item, but neither of these variations are going to make it into the majority of your teams. Even though the 92, at least if you're reading off the stat sheet, there's a lot of stuffing. There might be some filler. We're talking Dragon Ball Z extra episodes. It doesn't feel next level, and I would prefer Bomb Pass Store, where I have my usual bias, and I'll take the 92 and the 90 into the weekend. Her movement is just so crisp. Now with some updated play styles, you can do some evolution work with quite a few different heroes and icons. I don't get into all the hypotheticals and permutations about all these different iterations, and you have a whole different item and catalog of player, and that's why we don't do it. Sammy just talked about this, man. I have been surprised, and I'm not sure if it's just the playstyle upgrades or the stats, but I feel that he is able to give me optionality up front. 1v1s, I'm converting. I think you'll be surprised. Capdevia, I'd like him to be higher, but weekend league feels right. Jamie Carragher, not just on TV, not just a pundit. I don't know if he knows how decent his item actually is. Doumbia, I'm happy to have him back. Gervinho, same situation. The sweat trifecta. If you see any of these individuals, especially if they're locked in as a group, good luck. Which is rerunning some of the best years of FIFA in my humble opinion. Also for content, and I talked about it on Twitter a few weeks ago, but we will never have that intersect of everything working in our favor to increase the experience of the growing player base. Doumbia, Gervinho, and Abarbo all bring back that time period to go with just a magnificent soundtrack. And I get a hand clap. And we will divide Broken at the end of the video. Don't go anywhere. Joe Cole, it's cool for the weekend. I'm not even upset if you go to the Debatable. Francis Kali, we'll do more of the same. Ginola, I've got a situationship because we have the 90 and we have the 94, and I sort of want to break them up, but I don't know if I'm doing a service to that 90. He might be better than rank 1. Cordoba, I don't like him. The undersized center backs just don't run for me. Same problem with Georges. Most of you will have her at least good enough for the weekend. I just find the smaller center backs to be such a liability compared to 6'3", 6'4", with free play styles and quicker turning than you would expect, and then you win everything in the air as well, and you take up space. Makes the game easier. Di Natale's been downgraded at this point. Debatable. Mr. Gomez will be cool for the weekend. I might even have to go a little bit nicer. He's a category above. Put him into rank 1. And now we have that conversation. Is Ginola and Gomez, are they seeing eye to eye? Depends who you talk to. Hazard just got an upgrade. Even the 91 is still better than Foot Champs. Obviously, if you have the budgets, you're going to need some of them. You like a technical, some R1 dribbling, a lot of responsiveness, take him to the top. Goody, what a surprise. Did not see that SBC coming. Wasn't the cheapest, but at least you got what you paid for. The return of investment was worth it. His ability to conquer and dictate and orchestrate in the midfield, giving you pure Spanish flow, a lot of vamos. It's a lot of medio. You just feed the main man. Ham Sheik. We saw the initial iteration was a surprise, an expensive surprise, and he's finally gotten upgraded where he's moved back into the fold. Sydney, go Voo. Not talked about enough. We need to do a marketing campaign on his behalf for the Frenchman. Timmy Howard, and I've played so many games with him as well as going up against him. His consistency, the continuity, really on the up and up for goalkeepers, in my opinion. If you're looking for a different goalkeeper, a new goalkeeper, and it's not just an American bias or an Everton bias, take all those biases and push it to the side. I just think he performs, and he outperforms most people's expectation. I got him in rank 1. Kanu, I didn't think that worked. We tried. Weren't able to pull it together. I like Ledley King leading the back line. Nadine, it's cool for the weekend. Cost you nothing for a 93. That's a rarity. Don't see that happen too frequent. Keane, juiced for the finishing. One of the most underrated strikers in my life that I got to at least watch the entirety of his career. You can count on him. That should count for more. That should count for something. I'm sure the Irish are on board, but the rest of the world needs to know. Harry, cool. I like him. I don't know if I love him, but he's done enough for me to put him into the weekend. Lucio's 91 is still easy to use, but he is getting a little bit dated. We've had so many center backs that are up here. We could bring the updated Lucio into the narrative as an example, maybe a prime example that you're going to spend on. You're going to pay for it. Marquisio, stats look incredible, but it's more of a weekend league player. JJ, I love it. Maybe it's a skiller in me. We're taking him up to rank 1. Vicente is smooth for some weekend league. Littmanen, even with the upgrade, I don't know that he gets you a debatable. I'm not happy about it. Vince can go debatable. Didn't move me this year. Not been his best year, his best performing item. Just campaign through and through. Paolo is not slow. He's got a nice little jump start to him. I think this item went above and beyond what people were ready for. But Tweety, even the outdated variation, I'd still be okay with the weekend. Wouldn't be my first choice. If you have the budget's going to be some extra pockets, a lot of spend, a lot of investment, might weigh you down a tad bit, but that 94 all day to the broken category has to be there. Sasic, I don't love her. I'll hear other cases. My con, if you got the 90, he's still playing, but there's better fullbacks, but I'm not going to take him out of some level of weekend league capability. I don't know if I'm going to go as far as contention, but there's enough to appreciate and admire. His 93, absolutely broken. You did have to win those games, the objectives, which is what's currently happening as recording with Maldini, has the 2 variations. Ramirez, glory, absolute. What a guy. What a player. Nakata should not be slept on. I really liked even his early iterations as the game shifted. This item never gets into rotationals, and I just disagree with that. Ricky, debatable at best. I'm not even upset if you go to the Pine. He's just not been for me. Wesley Sneijder, the passing, the precision, pinpoint, able to make it happen. Smaller Wreck also deserves rank 1 in my eyes. If you remember his previous item, he was still performing with a 3-star. Now you got the double 5-piece. This man is everywhere. Scott, normally I have her for the weekend, but I'm starting to believe she might be lagging a tad bit, and I'm moving her into a debatable, but we've always had a good rapport. The Masheranos, you don't need them. If you want, we can put them into debatable. If you want to put them into Pine, I'm okay with that as well. McManaman, not that many of you completed the SBC, but he's not going to be disqualified. We, of course, saw the inclusion trending upward with the fullback version a few months ago. I didn't even include that item. Mostovoy is going to be not in your lineup. Marquez, I still feel comfortable for the Mexican International, the former Mexican International. Solskjaer might be reserved for just playing and rush, but it'll give you a performance there. Yapstam, I've decided the 89 is going to rank 1 and the 91 is going to broken. What an individual, just grunting at the competition, confrontation, no issue, shoulder to shoulder, physical, absolute. Yeah, only one place to go. Broken indeed. I'm a little conflicted with Carlos Tevez. Always liked him in real life. It is an upgrade. Not the best playstyle packaging. I'll still lean him into rank 1. I'll even take the 90 Yaya if you have him still being used or still getting minutes on your team. He might be trending in the opposite direction, not quite a slippery slope, but I'm okay with rank 1 for now. Williams is more debatable. I see the stats. I understand. I can read that she just doesn't perform at the next level that I'd like her to. Zay Roberto, broken. John Luca for the weekend. And the 90 Christmas edition Zay Roberto. He's done a lot for the club, which is why I included him, but if anything, more or less debatable. Let's get into a full review. We need another category. We've officially added a top 5, and I can make this relatively straightforward. Ginola, you know exactly what you're buying into, and that should count for something. True value. You spend it, you receive it. Never a shadow of doubt or any questions. Lucio, who I believe will contest or be argued as the best center back, at least currently in the game. Matuidi with the 99s, unreal. A midfield demon. He's everywhere. And now it gets a little more debatable as to what you want, what you need. As much as I've enjoyed the Doumbia, Gervinho, and Barbo, I don't know that I'm giving them that finalized little sprinkle or that extra touch. Hazard could be in this conversation. Ramirez, I do not enjoy going up against. I would even take Ramirez above Yaya Toure. And then you have the new Zay Roberto. This could be a question of preference from a positional standpoint. I'm going to take Hazard and Ramirez. That finalizes the top 5. Could it be controversial? Sure. I've also decided I want Ginola's 90 to move into broken. When I'm staring this down, it feels good. I'm saying it with my chest. I'm saying it with my heart. Let me know your opinions in the comment section. Also, if you want football videos, I have that on my second channel, Football Records. That will be linked, of course, down below in the description in the comment section. I have a lot more content coming out ASAP.